Yo, it's Wild 360 News, and right now we got Stephen A. Smith calling out Sheryl Swoopes for hating on Caitlin Clark. Now, this is not the first time Sheryl Swoopes has been accused of hating on Caitlin, but in my opinion, this is the first incident where we can clearly see that Sheryl has a problem with Caitlin, because otherwise she would not have ran down all the accomplishments of the Indiana Fever and individually named players who she thought gave a great contribution to the team and not mention Caitlin Clark at all. And like I said, man, this is not the first time Sheryl has been in the headlines for hating on Caitlin. When Caitlin Clark was in college at Iowa, she broke the women's NCAA all-time scoring record. The record was previously held by Sheryl Swoopes, and when asked about it, Sheryl said that Caitlin had an unfair advantage because of COVID, which allowed her to play more games and have an opportunity to score more points and break her record. Well, right now we got Stephen A. blasting Sheryl Swoopes for what he calls outright hating on Caitlin Clark.
But despite the attendance and viewership records, there seems to be some haterade in the league in regards to Clark, starting with WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes herself. She recently spoke on her podcast, Queens of the Court, and didn't mention the rookie when speaking of Indiana's rise in the standings. So no, Caitlin Clark. Sheryl Swoopes. No, Caitlin Clark. Respectfully, Sheryl Swoopes, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark, because that gives fodder to those who believe she's being hated on and ostracized to some degree? Do you realize that, Sheryl Swoopes, you're insane to do that? Let me tell you why you're insane to do that. Because Sheryl Swoopes is one of the greatest players ever in the history of basketball. That's why. See, you won a championship in college at Texas Tech. You won 3 Olympic gold medals. You won 4 WNBA championships. You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it. And then y'all wonder what happened. See, remember when I was on the air on ESPN and I got into it with Monica McNutt? Stephen A., I'm talking to you, Stephen A., if you had promoted the WNBA more, if you had talked about it more, they would have played more games. Like I had the power to go up to ESPN and say, directors and producers and cameramen and everybody else flocked to the WNBA at the time when it wasn't nearly as popular as it was today. That's what Monica McNutt accused me of, but it's okay. It's just a disagreement. See, y'all act like there's some buzz and it's a problem. No, it's a debate show. She has her opinion, I have mine. I happen to believe she was wrong. I happen to believe I was right. And I happen to believe the facts have shown that I was right. How was the attendance for Team USA in the Olympics? What would it have been like if Caitlin Clark was playing on that team? Go ahead and look. Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever is breaking records. All Sheryl Swoopes did was validate all the speculation that there's folks hating on Caitlin Clark. That's all she did. Because to know basketball like Sheryl Swoopes does, to be as accomplished as she is, to be the Hall of Famer that she is, all accolades that are well-deserved. And I'm certainly not attacking Sheryl Swoopes as a person, because I think she's a wonderful person. She's certainly always been nothing but class and nice to me. I'm only addressing a point. How do you talk about the Indiana Fever and mention a multitude of players, and not one of them is Caitlin Clark, who, by the way, as a rookie, is leading the league in assists? How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm waiting for you to say I was right. Caitlin Clark can ball. She should have been on Team USA.
And yes, Stephen A. makes a good point, because there was a time last year when Monica McNutt and others were saying that the WNBA needed more visibility and more people in media should talk about it. And then Caitlin Clark comes along, who can give you ultimate visibility, but they left her off the Olympic team. All I'm saying is make it make sense. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Drop a comment, like the video. Wild 360 News, we out of here. Peace.